Well, hello again, you spooky gals and ghouls. Your two favorite wild rascals here are back for the 31 Days of Horror. And we have a horrific movie to talk about tonight, don't we, Logan? It's the Addams
Oh,
Family 2. What a horrible mess of a movie this animated sequel to Addams Family was.
oh man, this movie pissed me off. Huge Addams Family fan since like back in the 1960s with the original show. Watch reruns of that, the movies from the 90s. The first animated film that they put out 2 years ago, pretty much to the day. I had something on my Facebook memory of going to see the first one 2 years ago. And then seeing this last night with my 6-year-old, man, what a fucking mess. And this movie was just all over the place. Totally, completely different from the first film that had a lot of great messages about people being different and really shows who the Addams family are. Really great ensemble of voice actors and actresses. And this movie just went down the shitter pretty quick. About 10 minutes in, I was checking my watch, checking my phone. This movie was a mess and definitely felt, in terms of tone and atmosphere, like a completely fucking different movie.
They took everything great about the first one. They took the family away from the mansion. There was nothing like spooky or anything to do with horror involved with this family that that you should see when you're seeing the Addams Family. At least you got to keep some of the charm of the first movie. This one, they immediately take the family out of the mansion and for some reason put them on a road trip, and they're going across the United States to all these like sites around the world. It's just awful. The jokes were awful. The writing's awful. It wasn't linear. It went off on tangents. And it had a terrible subplot where Wednesday finds out that there's this scientist out there. She's actually the scientist's daughter, and it's not the Addams Family show. It has this terrible subplot where the Addams Family might not be her family at all, and it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And it all stems from the science project at the beginning of the movie that she's doing for school. And from the point that they load up in this Addams Family RV, this crazy looking vehicle, and they hit the road, it just takes away all the charm from the first one, and it wastes all the talents of the voice cast that they have for this. And I was utterly bored for the runtime. I think it was an hour and a half, and it's an hour and a half I'll never get back. There's an hour and a half where it would have been fine if I would have left for an hour and 29 minutes and came back for the very last part of the movie, because there were maybe two scenes that made me laugh. One at the end with Uncle Gomez's hairpiece there. And the only other redeeming quality about this was a song from Group Love that I like, The Leader.
Yeah. Yep.
Other than those two moments of the film, I am going to burn this from my memory, never think about it again, and wonder how this got made. And, this was a big paycheck for all these actors, obviously. And they could have just, recorded these on their iPhones and sent in the dialogue, because it was just terrible. I hated this movie.
Yeah, we went off on a tangent this morning between both of us back texting about this movie. I was so angry about it. And last night it really pissed me off. Molly was pissed too. And Bodie was watching it. He's a 6-year-old and he's like, this movie's not good.
Yeah.
It's not
Even
funny.
my
I'm like,
4-year-old didn't like it, 4-year-olds can find comedy and things. And
yeah,
when kids don't like it, it's just not working.
Who is this directed at? Is this directed at teenagers, kids, adult? I don't even think the writers knew who they were writing this for. By the way, new writers didn't work. Obviously, the script was terrible. The fucking dialogue was all over the place. Most of the family took a back seat in the film. It was like Wednesday and Pugsley, which is voiced by a new actor. Finn Wolfhard's voice changed, so he can't play a younger kid anymore. Right. So as a new actor, it just threw me out of the movie. There's a bunch of shitty hip hop and rap, like the new mumbling SoundCloud rap, auto-tune crap that did nothing for the Addams Family. Like, why is this in the movie? I'm thinking of, they're creepy and they're kooky, like gothic music.
Who was this movie directed to is right. What kid is going to understand like DNA paternity tests and things like that? Just absolutely terrible. And the marketing of this movie was terrible. And I can understand why they released this, not only to theaters and video on demand, because, once people started seeing this at the theater, the word of mouth would have been so bad. This never was going to do anything in the theaters. So they had to release it on streamers, obviously, to get somebody to watch it. And struggle to find what anybody would like about this film. It's just so bad. My son was bored with it. It's an animated movie. Usually any animated movie, kids can find something that they like about it or even laugh about. I looked over at Nolan watching the movie, and he just looked like he was bored and ready to shut it off about 20 minutes in. Bill Hader joined the cast this time as the scientist.
Didn't work.
Didn't work. Like, he phoned it in too. Even the road trip parts, they go to Niagara Falls. There's that little, side story with the couple getting engaged, which was probably the best thing I can say about the movie there.
It was funny.
But yeah, that part was funny. They end up they're going through Texas, and they think that they're going to the Alamo. They make a little joke about that, but then it's really this bar. It's not really the Alamo that they're in. This movie is just so bad.
Yeah, they're even trying to throw in modern pop references, like Gomez said something about Billie Eilish or something.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Like, it was all over the place. They went to these different, it felt like they're trying to do like an animated Griswold like vacation movie.
Yeah.
But it didn't work because none of the jokes really stuck or hit or anything. It just didn't work. They fell flat. And then it tries to be this mad scientist story, and then they finally make it back to the house, and it's like a rap and like kids party, and like no idea what the fuck's going on. Forgettable movie, a movie that we never asked for, they should have never made, and hopefully these writers get fired from Hollywood or blacklisted and never write again, because you guys fucking suck.
I'd pay to see that. That would be a worthy sequel. Maybe they can do that for part 3, redeem themselves.
Yeah, maybe bring it back to the actual family, the dynamic of the family, the gothic house, and all the weird spookiness that happens there.
Right. We do find out at the end that Gomez is probably Wednesday's dad. She says that she took a hair sample from him and found out that it wasn't his DNA, but he reveals that it's been a hairpiece all along. Shing! Uncle Gomez's hairpiece there.
Because it was like bouncing.
Yeah.
I love that. Even Oscar Isaac, I loved him in the first film, and his character was terrible.
Flat. Everybody was flat.
How can we forget about one of the most ridiculous aspects of the film having to do with Lurch? It alluded to him being a homosexual, which no idea why.
Right.
Like, I can't make this shit up at how ridiculous this was. Like,
I know.
What does that add to the story? I mean, this movie's a mess, but I thought that was hilarious, unintentionally funny.
What were the writers thinking on this? I don't know what they were doing. They were just looking to collect a check and, punch this script out in about probably 15 hours or so. They all got lit, way too lit, and threw something together real quick at a deadline just to meet it. But just a horrible movie. Everybody should definitely skip this movie. This is going to be probably our lowest rated film that we've ever done.
Thinking back to really terrible films, Space Jam: A New Legacy, honestly, I would rather watch that again than watch this piece of shit. This movie was an embarrassment, atrocious, and a slap in the face to the Addams Family legacy that's been going on for 60 years. We don't recommend you check this out during the Halloween season because it is awful, and I already forgot about most of it now. I will never watch it again.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul if you watch this film. With that being said, I am going to give the Addams Family 2 animated adventure film here, where they're on the holiday road. I can't believe I'm even giving it a one full hairpiece. But I'm going to give it a one full hairpiece, a one Gomez hairpiece.
Yeah, I would definitely have to agree with you on that. I would definitely give it a 1 out of 5. Before this review, I was thinking half a hairpiece. But I'll give it 1 because of a few good songs and a few redeeming qualities about it. But overall, just a fucking mess. And a movie you should not check out during the Halloween season. Don't support it. So I'm giving Addams Family 2 a 1 out of 5 Gomez hairpieces.
It was creepy and it was kooky. It fucking sucked a dookie.
It's forgettable or mookie because it was the worst piece of shit I've seen this year. So that being said, we're going to be back talking about actual movies and TV shows we did enjoy, but we of course have to throw in a movie that we, don't like every now and then. And this is one of those movies, but we're looking forward to revisiting a lot of classics this month, some newer films. Halloween Kills comes out this Friday. Me and this guy will be back here talking about that brand new film. Really excited for that. Really excited to share our thoughts about that film. And Halloween is around the corner there, Uncle Henry.
I can't wait. Let's go trick-or-treating, mate. Get lit, get a lot of candy, and watch a lot of horror films. I'm checking out The Thing in 4K right now. That's right. We love doing this with you guys. We are going to be back in a couple days. We have the new Sci-Fi USA series, Chucky. Chucky's back. We're
Yes.
excited about that. A new twist on the story there. They got Brad Dourif back to voice Chucky. Don Mancini's involved. So we are cautiously optimistic about that series. And then, yes, at the end of the week, we will be back to review Halloween Kills. Uncle Michael Myers is back. Perfect time right around Halloween. Let's hope we enjoy this one a little better than we liked 2018. I'm looking forward to the high body count. We will be back soon, you spooky guys and gals. Please skip over Addams Family too. It's very terrible. Until the next 31 Days of Horror video review, I'm Uncle Henry Hill, and that's my good mate, Logan Myers. Cheers! You rang.